All right, yo, what up, everybody? Welcome back. Arch Rivals, late week edition. Fantasy exec Corey Parson, to my man, the big homie Blaze. Getting ready. What we got? Week 5 in the NFL coming up. Week 6 of the college football season. Bless you with some picks. Re-look at some of these games, talk some trash. But Blaze, I came into my house last night and I turned the TV on and I saw your Washington Commanders down 17-0. And I was like, oh boy, this is not going to be pretty. And sure enough, by halftimes, the Bluebirds were out at FedEx Field, and I couldn't be happier. What happened, son?
And what's crazy is I didn't even get upset. That's the norm. That's the norm for this team. Every time you think they're going to beat a team or you think they have a chance to dominate a team, they always wet the bed every time. I'm not upset this morning. I'm actually in a great mood because you know why? I didn't bet on them bums. And let me say this too. I think I came back as a fan too early because, as I told somebody on Facebook this morning, no, of course not. This game is not Daniel Snyder's fault, but it's still under his regime. Yeah. This is still the team he picked, the coaches he picked, the scouting team, whoever. This is still all under him. What I'm waiting on is this. And you know this, and people can call me out or whatever. I just want to see what what the new ownership will do as far as who they will bring in, see if things change. Then you can crush me every week if we lose after that happens. But that's really, as a long time Washington fan, that's what I'm waiting on. New ownership to bring in their people, and then let's see how they run it. If you all think that Magic Johnson and Jeff Harris are just showing up to these games to support the team, no, they're taking notes.
Yeah, they're watching.
Yeah, absolutely. They're not just here as fans and and Harris getting drunk and drinking beer, having fun. Yeah, they taking notes, bro.
Yeah,
everybody know Magic Johnson's track record as far as ownership and what he expects. He's a winner. He's a winner. So he know what it takes to win. Even though it was in the 80s, call it what you want. A winner is a winner. It still takes the same thing to win. No matter what the era is or, or what generation it comes, it still takes a lot to win. I saw somebody this morning put up a Facebook post. Y'all keep blaming the coach, but it's the sorry-ass players. You are absolutely right.
The coach is not good.
Who picks the players? Who picks the players?
You know what's so funny? Al Davis would always tell his coaches, I don't want to ever hear y'all talk bad about a player. We brought him here. You're supposed to coach him.
Who picks the players? Now, I get it. I know what his point was because, Washington fans over the years are always ready to fall in love with the backup quarterback and get rid of the current coach when things don't go right. It's been the Washington way ever since Joe Gibbs sat Jay Schrader down and played Doug Williams. We've always been in love with the backup quarterback. We've just always thought the lightning was going to strike in the bottle twice, and it still hasn't yet with none of the backup quarterback that we had. But, I mean, hey, you see, understand what I'm saying? Like, I guess in 87 when we did that, like, that was huge. Like wow, backup quarterback came in, and he was black, which was Doug Williams, came in and won the Super Bowl and had a great performance. Matter of fact, Super Bowl MVP. I want to read you something from Mr. Charles Leno Jr., our left tackle for the Washington football team, who's given up a gazillion sacks, who's had a gazillion holding calls at the wrong times of the game, and also has a gazillion false starts. I just want you to listen to this. I already got it pulled up. I mean, that's the perception when you're down that quick. It looks like that. Washington left tackle Charles Leno Jr. said, I'm not going to say the guys did not have any intensity or urgency coming into the game. I would definitely say it was a lack of execution early offensively. You think?
I would agree with a lack of execution, Charles.
When they put up 7 on the defense, we need to respond. You think? No, you need to stop holding. Stop holding. Stop jumping off sides at the wrong times of the game. Charles Leno Jr. is a drive killer. He's shown that this year, and he is the left tackle. Furthermore, the organization still, after 12 years, hasn't addressed the offensive line. That is sickening to me. They go get these free agents that are past their prime, and they plug them in the different spots on the offensive line. They go draft from the 6th and 7th round for offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Let me give the Cowboys their props right now. Right now. And I've been telling you this for years before this podcast started.
No doubt.
Them motherfuckers can draft. Them motherfuckers can draft, bro. They draft. When you draft, it's always been this way. I don't know why it's different with this organization. When you draft, you start with the offensive line and the defensive line. Without either one of those, you don't win. I don't give a fuck who your quarterback is. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If they can't block for the quarterback and you can't rush the quarterback, you'll lose. That's just what it is. You may luck up and win a couple of games, outscoring somebody, but it starts in the trenches. It's not just a figure of speech. Offensive line, defensive line. And we still haven't addressed it. And you, Mr. Parsons, don't keep telling me about this fucking front four. Man, I don't want to hear nothing about this front. Nah, bro.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I don't want to hear nothing about this front four anymore, bro. No more.
I'm not.
The
back end is a problem, though. But I'm not going to talk about the defense.
But that's your man Forbes. Forbes, though. And he was benched last night.
Forbes is a young player, though.
But he was benched last night. He was benched.
Yeah,
he was benched
last night.
I definitely didn't pick him as my defense rookie of the year. I don't even know why we even drafted him, to be honest. I don't think, and I'm not just talking about on his performance this year. I don't even think he's a first round defensive player.
I think I pulled it. Yeah,
maybe second or third.
I pulled his prism recently, Emmanuel Forbes Jr. So I will send that to you.
He got benched last night. You don't need to send me anything. I've seen everything. I've seen everything I need to see so far in 4 weeks. And hold on, I just heard Bart Scott say, "Well, Washington, man, they just lost a heartbreaker to a division rival, had a chance to win. They figured they would come in Thursday night and just take advantage, of a lesser team. Is Chicago a lesser team? Because they damn sure looked good last night.
Wow.
They damn sure look, which is why I told you 3 weeks ago. Remember, you was like, yo, Blaze, you ready to give? I told you I'm going to give Justin Fields the season. You know me. I like Justin Fields. I do. I've made that clear. I'm not ready to give up on him yet. Remember, I kept saying it's something I see there with him, and I just can't put my last 2 games he's played well. Well, guess who else lost a heartbreaker at home last week? The Chicago Bears to the Denver Broncos at the end of the game. So I don't want to stop making all these excuses. It's the coach's job to coach these guys up in a short week and get them ready to play. They weren't ready to play last night. Do some of the players need to take the heat? Absolutely. Absolutely.
What I thought was telling was when they did the halftime interview with Ron Rivera, and she asked him, "What did you say to the team?" And he said, "I let them talk it out." I was like, man.
I can see that, though. But sometimes
you're the head coach, son. You got to step in and do something.
Listen, man, you already know how I feel about him. So, listen, you know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. We're going to ride this season out, and see what happens. But anybody that feels like that Ron Rivera still needs to stay, in order for him to stay, son, he's going to have to turn around this whole season, at least get to the playoffs. And if he does loses the playoff game, they're going to have to put some type of, great effort, at least to show that they were trying to win. Other than that, he's gone.
It's the NFC, so you can still be a playoff team in the NFC because you're better than a lot of the teams in the NFC.
True, but
you can at least compete with them. You can okay, so like. So you're not
but you
San
keep
Francisco,
saying
Philadelphia, but you're not. I don't think you're like Arizona. I don't think you're the worst team in the NFC. I don't think you're the Giants.
No, I didn't say we was the worst team in the NFC, but we ain't even, bro. We're not even playing like middle of the pack, and why? Because that offensive line is just not going to give us an opportunity to win the game. Can you beat the Saints? Probably not. Probably not, because you know why?
You can beat Carolina.
Maybe the Saints will run through that offensive line. See. They'll run through that offensive line and just give Howell problems all night. And people can say what they want. Howell's sorry. No, I don't think Howell's sorry.
I don't think Howell's sorry. No, I
This
don't
is the
think
same dude that went in and opened up this college football season 2 years ago as a Heisman Trophy candidate. I forgot the game. He just looked bad, and then after that, we just never
but
heard about
they went to
him.
Blacksburg. They went to Blacksburg, and it was like the
Went to
first
Virginia
game.
Tech
It was the first game with fans in the stands, so it was a
with the
wild.
fans
It
in the
was
stand.
wild.
Absolutely,
Yeah, it was a wild
absolutely.
environment.
And remember, he went into the season as a Heisman Trophy candidate that year.
Yeah.
After he had that game in Virginia Tech, like we never
forgot
heard
about
that
him.
again. But he still had a decent. He
Yeah.
still played well that year. So I'm not one of those who think Sam Howell's just some third or fourth round trash and we just picked on. I think he could play a little bit. I think he cares. I think he cares when he has a bad game. So like I said, we'll see. I believe he's better than Zach Wilson. I do believe that.
I would take him.
I think he's mentally tougher than Zach Wilson. But hey, hats off to my man Corey Johnson and his mob, Chicago Bears. Listen, they whooped Washington last night at home. And this is another thing too, and I'm gonna give it back to you.
Go ahead.
You know why I don't go to them fucky ass games? I don't even care. You know how many times I've been invited to go to the game for free? They give me tickets. Well, one, because that's Snyder Stadium, and I don't support anything he does anymore.
No
but
doubt.
two, I wish the fuck I would
I was gonna say you drive
go to one of them games and watch them get embarrassed. That is a team that has no home field advantage whatsoever. There's no home field advantage over there in Landover.
Let's go
Maryland.
Bears chance in FedEx Field last night.
You said what?
Did you see that? Did you watch
What'd you
the end? Did you watch the end of the game?
Absolutely not. I
They
was
was
out back
chanting-
doing me.
There was a "Let's Go Bears" chant going on at the end of the game. They were loud, "Let's go Bears," loud in there.
I believe it. I will never go to that stadium ever again. Haven't been in 5 years. You can offer me all the free tickets you want. I will never. The only way I will go to that game, unless some type of media outlet offer me a media pass to go cover the game. But going as a fan, even if somebody just gave me a ticket, nah, I'm good. Hell, I want to go there and watch them get embarrassed for. Listen,
My cousin,
I don't know how they do it, CP. I mean, I actually feel bad for the people, honestly, who work hard, for their money, like to take their kids. That game was sold out on Tuesday. All for them to go out there and stink it up. And I keep telling y'all,
Jaden went out there. My
y'all
son
put
went
all
out
this
there.
investment into this team. They don't care about y'all, because if they cared about y'all, they would show it on the field. They don't give a shit if it's sold out or not, and y'all came to see them. Because your
My son
actions
went
speak
out
louder
there.
than your words.
Yeah, my son went out there last night. I haven't even got a text back from him yet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, he's like.
But somebody like him, though, man, like I said,
he hasn't been through.
he's
it
a
yet.
young
Yeah.
cat, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He still got time. Like I said, the what's fortunate for him, he'll have an opportunity to see what the new ownership will do. When changes come. So hey, maybe things will turn around, and that's actually what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the new changes. No, not to fire the coach every 2 years. I just want to see what the new ownership can do. That's all.
So let me ask you. That's what I wanted to ask you about. That was kind of my follow-up was with the ownership group, right? Now, obviously, you can't run a football team the way you run a basketball team, but this is the ownership group of the process.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to fly in football. Are you worried that they would try all this, letting players sit and tank in for draft picks? You don't think they don't even worry about them doing that with football? Yeah.
Not with football. You just said it at the beginning of your soliloquy.
Yeah.
This ain't basketball.
Yeah, you can't really do
This
that.
football. You play once a week.
Somebody can get hurt.
So every
doing it.
game, every game counts. You play once a week. Every game counts. And I think he has enough people in his ear, he's a smart guy.
it didn't work in Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying?
No, it didn't work. But
for
again,
76ers, yeah.
But again, that was basketball, and just from listening to Magic Johnson talk, I don't think they're gonna be doing too much.
He said no fire. Magic said no fire.
Right. Well, yeah, but I mean, even like when they purchased the team and at the press conference, it don't look like it's no rebuild tank. Like that he didn't come off like that. And like I said, it took a lot for them to buy this team, CP. It took a lot for them to buy this team. That's a lot invested, bro. That's $6 billion, bro.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
It ain't $750 million that you're spending. This $6 billion. You know what I'm saying? But again, Shout out to Jeff Harris and Magic Johnson there just taking notes, writing off. Man, they probably already have an idea who they want to get. And I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say this lastly, and I'm done. Washington. The hell with 106.7 The Fan and not Sports Talk 980. Your local radio station team say, because they don't know shit. All they do is big you up and then bash you during the season. That's all they do. Listen to me. The league is moving towards more young, innovative coaches. Okay? That's what we need. We don't need no big splash. We don't need a big name. We don't need that. During your interview process, whether it's Eric Bieniemy or whoever, the league is turned young as far as coaching. Some of these coaches, man, are younger than their veteran players. Like, when have we ever seen that before that started, CP? Ever. That was unheard of. Nobody was hiring young coaches, bro, in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Except for Bill Cowboy was young. But I think he was, obviously, back then, he was the exception and not the rule. You understand what I'm saying? But let's move to a young coach, somebody who can identify with these players, you know, and let's just go from there. We got to get away from the big names. Again, I'm going to give him a chance. Snyder's not here. That was his thing, going with the big splash. Let's see what happens.
I throw two names out for you, and you may.
Nah, hey.
You may. I know you're gonna hate the other one. Raheem Morris.
Okay, go ahead.
Jason Garrett.
Nah. Oh, hell no.
You don't want the clapper?
Let's go, guys.
The clapper.
Let's go, guys.
The clapper got a little. The clapper's not bad. But the clapper's not gonna have you in the NFC Championship game. All right, please don't turn the microphone off.
No, I didn't turn it off. But I was so mad. I think I accidentally pulled my plug out. You good? Neither one, bro. Neither one. Let's go get like a quality control coach from one of these, you know, a young quality. That's how somebody
who can build a quarterback up.
Somebody who can build a quarterback or something like that. Some young smart guy. I know Minnesota. I know Minnesota hasn't looked the best this year, but give Kevin O'Connell a lot of credit last year. What he did with that team. We had him in our building.
Yeah,
he used to coach. He was Kirk Cousins' quarterback, and they never even thought about interviewing him. Schneider,
Kyle Shanahan. You had a
Kyle Shanahan. Sean McVay.
Kevin
Matt
LaFleur. Oh, that's right, Matt LaFleur.
Bro.
I think the jury's still out on LaFleur.
McDaniels in Miami was in the house up in Landover. Didn't even think about trying to interview him. Schneider.
All right, so there you go right there. Washington Commanders fall to start the week. Couple of let's see, you know.
Oh no! Oh! We gonna address the game of the week. We gotta do that.
Right, we gonna address the game.
Okay. I mean,
anything else on this schedule you want to talk about as far as games this week, or you just want to get to the game of the week? Because I'm looking at Atlanta and Houston. I'm looking at Ravens, Steelers.
You talking about as far as my picks, or just in general?
Just in general.
I really don't want to talk about no other NFL. Oh no. Yeah, I just want to get your perspective on the Cowboys and San Francisco game.
Right, so here's my
perspective. Want to hear. Oh, I'm waiting.
If they run you talking about draft picks, right? Mozzie Smith so far hasn't hit. He's been a draft pick that hasn't hit, right? The problems in Dallas are still the problems in Dallas. You can't stop the run. And if you don't play from ahead, then you get into trouble. This all is about game script. If San Francisco can run the ball effectively and get ahead of Dallas, it's a chance that they can win the game by 10 points. If San Francisco does not get ahead and Dallas pass rush can get to Brock Purdy, he'll start turning the ball over. You give Dak Prescott a short field, and Dallas will win the game. But I'll be honest, I don't think that's going to happen. I think San Francisco will run the ball effectively.
They're going to run that ball.
And I think Dallas defense will struggle with the run. Mm-hmm. And I think this is what Dallas wants the defense to win the game. If the defense can't win the game, they have to go to Dak Prescott. And if Dak Prescott has to win the game, that's when it becomes problematic. So we are 5 weeks into the season. I haven't blown a gasket over Dak Prescott. But the one game where Dak Prescott had to win this season, he threw an interception in the red zone with a chance to tie the game. That worries me. I take the 3.5 and I'll sprinkle the money line. I'm putting my faith in Dak to get it done. That has not been successful recently. But I just think that I don't think that Brock Purdy. I don't think McCaffrey can do it by himself. I think they're going to have to make some plays in the passing game.
Of course,
and I think that Dallas will. I think that Dallas will keep it competitive, and Dak Prescott will either win or lose the game.
Well, I mean, one good thing you got in your favor, Dak Prescott is 2-0 against 49ers in the regular season. So, I mean, you do have that. And
that's ultimately the thing about this game. No matter who wins or loses, it doesn't matter.
Dallas it does matter.
Game 40-0. It doesn't matter until it's the playoffs. So, Cowboys fans, it matters in the playoffs.
I think it
don't matter to Dallas.
I think it'll matter more for the Cowboys than it will for San Francisco because Cowboys are the ones who can't get over the hump against San Francisco. San Francisco, look, every loss stings. But do I think San Francisco will carry that into the next week after? Nah. I think they're too well coached for that. Hey, if they lose, I mean, like I can already see on Twitter now, probably Debo saying to somebody, "It's okay, y'all got that when we see y'all in the offseason. I mean, we'll see y'all, in the postseason." So, I mean, I think for the Cowboys, it'll be well for their psyche. And even though, they probably still will, they may have to play them in the playoffs, but I think it'll do more for the Cowboys' psyche if they win than it will for San Francisco. Because San Francisco probably already feel like we can beat them.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't they? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's been
you see what I'm saying?
Each of the past 2 years, you got the most dynamic weapon in football in Christian McCaffrey. This is a game, strength versus strength. This is Dallas' weaknesses against the run. San Francisco's strength is running the football. So
and Shanahan, remember, I mean, he's such a offensive genius, this gym rat type situation. Where, trust me, he's studying that defense all week, and he's gonna find where they can run. How can they attack? And San Francisco likes the misdirection. They love misdirection. They love it. So, like I said, we'll see. I mean, we can sit here and talk about it, and this gonna happen, and that's gonna happen, but. Like I said, we'll see. It's definitely going to be the game to watch. I know I'll be watching.
Yeah, football night in America. You know
Absolutely.
What I'm saying? One of the big games of the year. One of the big games of the year so far this season. So I'm not overly. It's not.
Yeah, because it's the fifth. Right. It's
January.
It's the fifth game of the season.
Wake me up when we get to January. We'll be there in January. So we got to see if we can be there in the weekend that they play the NFC Championship game. That's what it all boils down to.
Man, Detroit gonna beat y'all ass in the playoffs anyway if y'all keep telling you that. No, I'm not crazy as hell. And they got a good defense, bro. Their defense ain't that bad.
The Detroit Lions would not beat the Dallas Cowboys. You wild as hell for that shit.
The Rams gonna beat your ass in 2 weeks when y'all play the Rams. This ain't the Rams. This ain't the Rams who y'all thought at the beginning of the season. This ain't that Rams team who y'all thought it was.
Dallas Cowboy fans go into that building and take over that stadium every time they play there.
Well, you did that.
I'm not worried about. There is 2 teams in the NFC that can beat Dallas: Philadelphia and San Francisco. Nobody else.
So wait, the Dallas fans went to Arizona and took over. Yeah, what the hell you saying? I
told you the Cowboys went.
Oh man, I'm talking. Listen,
partying that Saturday night. So
all I said was the fans took over in Arizona, and you're giving me all these different LeBron James fans narratives and scenarios, and let's just stay on topic. You right? Hey, you right? I'm wrong. My bad.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm taking the 3.5. Take it to the window. Sprinkle the money line. I'm not going to bet against my team. You know what I'm saying? But this is not a end all be all situation. But there's going to need to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, they playing it up. So when he lose, that's gonna be you know how Cowboys, they got those built-in excuses already for your ass. Either their favorite excuse is so and so didn't play, as if all the other 31 teams don't deal with major injuries. And the second one is, this ain't really all that important. This, that, and man, nobody want to hear it. Save that shit for somebody else. I'm gonna fry you. Y'all better show up Sunday.
We will show up because we
You better, because Michael Parsons just keep running his mouth, bro. Y'all don't have a choice but to show up.
He can back it up.
Yeah,
whatever. Like this. We're not gonna have Chicago Bears fans in our building chanting their name. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
at no time this season will another team's fan base be in Dallas chanting "Let's go Lions" or whatever the case may be.
They do that with Washington.
You wait till Thanksgiving.
Have you ever been to that stadium?
You see what we do with
Hold on.
Washington on Thanksgiving.
Hold on.
So
Have you ever been to that
America can
stadium?
see it.
Have you ever been to that stadium where they play Washington? Don't act silly. There are a lot of Washington jerseys in that stadium when they play. Come on, bro. You see? Come on. Don't do that. Don't get blind on me now. Don't put your blinders on me. I'm not saying this more than Cowboys, but there are a lot of burgundy jerseys in that stand for whatever the reason is.
More than being in the stands at FedEx Field.
I mean, you can call it what you want. Just make sure you show up Sunday.
I'll be
just
here.
show
So
up, bro.
Got invited to go to the Commanders and Falcons
just
next
show up, bro.
in Atlanta.
Show up.
I'm not gonna go though. You know what I'm saying? At least I don't think I'm gonna go.
Your all pro, your all pro linebacker just been running his mouth all summer. He been talking shit about Philly. He been talking, and them dudes don't even say nothing back, man.
That's good. So, well, he's the best player in the league.
He better show up Sunday, and he better make a difference.
He'll be there.
He better make a difference. He talks too much.
He will be there.
Talks too much. Talks too much.
All right, let's get to some picks. You got any picks you want to get into this week?
Yeah, I sure do. I sure do. Yeah.
Go ahead. What you got? What you starting in the
I mean, you know me, something short. I'm gonna go with Kansas State tonight, -11 against Oklahoma State. I like them. Oklahoma State is just a travesty right now. They just can't get it done. They can't score. They've already lost to an FCS team this year. Kansas State, pretty good team on the road. They're not a bad team on the road at all. It is a conference game. I think they get it done. I think they run through Oklahoma State tonight because I think the aspirations for both teams are headed in opposite directions. As far as NFL, dang, I forgot who I was going to who was it?
The Commanders?
No. Shut up.
I figured that.
Hold on.
Be positive.
NFL, go run the games off, and as soon as I hear it, I had it. I just didn't write it down.
The London game, Bills and Jags, Giants, Dolphins, Panthers, Lions.
Sprinkle just a little bit. You know me, I hate big lines, but I just think the Giants are done. I think the Giants are done. Yeah. Miami was embarrassed last week. They're gonna bounce back at home, and plus the Giants are, to me, they're slow. They're sort of like they're not a fast team to me, and that's gonna hurt them this week against Miami. But go through it though. It was one other game.
Panthers, Lions, Ravens, Steelers. I actually would take the 4.5 with the Steelers, but I think the Ravens win the game. Texans, Falcons. I'll lay the number with the Falcons. Everybody gonna be on the Texans. That number is moving toward Houston. I like Atlanta to win the game, but I'm very optimistic. You should be optimistic if you're a Houston Texan fan. Excuse me. Titans and Colts. I would lay the 2.5 with the Titans. Saints.
That's who I like. The Colts plus 2.5 at home. I actually like them money line. That's who it is. I like the money line at home. I do.
All right, so we're on the opposite side of that one. Okay.
Absolutely.
Right, cool. That's cool.
And I like LSU Saturday. I think we talked.
I was going to say I like Missouri Saturday. So there you go. We're on opposite sides of those two games right there. All right.
Cool.
Hey, that kid Brady Cook, son, you never know. You know what I mean? Might be the best quarterback in the SEC. Listen, I'm not a big Missouri guy by any stretch of the imagination, but winning on the road in the SEC is no easy task.
No, I feel you. Absolutely. But I still like LSU. They'll bounce back.
All right. LSU and Alabama. Yo, Blaze, you know it's don't be fooled if Alabama fuck around.
I know you already said that. We'll see.
I'm saying because that could be the case. You know what I'm saying? Because you think LSU has got 2 losses and ranked 23rd.
I think LSU can beat Alabama.
It's going to be in Tuscaloosa.
So what? Texas beat them. Texas beat them in Tuscaloosa. Did them?
Yeah. That was week 2. I think the kid Milroe get better every week.
Who you like in the red? Who you like in the Texas and Oklahoma?
I always go with Texas. I don't fool with Oklahoma. Ever since my man Colt McCoy got cheated all them years, and what was that 2011 when they cheated Colt McCoy?
That's gonna be a good game. Texas got a good team this year. This ain't the same Oklahoma team as before.
No, they got Will Venable out there as the head coach.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not really.
They got pretty good defense this year.
They playing better. But listen, I mean, Texas win this one. I think Texas can start to punch their ticket to the college football playoff. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I think Texas can get
and
there
along with Michigan as well. Trust me. Remember I told you.
Yeah, you are on Michigan. I still haven't. I want
Good
to see them
team.
when they play Penn State.
It's a good
Where's
football
that
team.
game at? Is that game in Penn State or is that game in Michigan?
I don't know off the top of my head this year.
Yeah, well, we'll have that information for you next week.
They will rumble on that, but I like Michigan's trenches.
Yeah,
I like the trenches, the offense and defensive line. I love it, and I love their running game. Quarterback playing good right now, so we'll see.
All right, cool. Bet. Good stuff. Well, listen, we got everything done we needed to get done. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Dallas Cowboys going out to San Francisco this weekend. Shout out to the Chicago Bears flying back home this afternoon and their fans.
Wow.
Yo, for my man Double R's, Corey
hilarious.
Parson. Arch rivals, baby. We out.
Peace.